Hello my dear students, hope you all are fine and safe at your home. In the previous class we studied about circles. We studied some basic terms related to circle and two properties we studied related to tangents to a circle there. So once again we can just revise the property and today we'll solve the question based on these two properties. Okay, so first we can revise there. So what is the first property that we studied? That is here, if we will draw a circle with center O and radius R, and if we will draw a tangent there. So once again, tangent meaning it is a line which touches the circle at only one point. So suppose I have taken here AB as a tangent and P is the point of contact. Point of contact means the common intersection point of the line and circle. That is called point of contact. And then what is the property we studied? We studied that radius is perpendicular to the tangent. Correct? So OP is perpendicular to AB. That is the one property which we studied related to tangent. And then one more property we studied, that is if a circle is there and if I am drawing a tangent from an external point, from a point which is outside the circle, then how many tangents are possible from these two, from the point P? Yes, two tangents are possible. So if we will draw the tangent here, so one tangent we can draw in this way and other one we can draw in this way. So what we studied about the property, suppose here if it is PA and PB I have taken, then we studied one property that length of the tangent drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. So here if I will extend this line, that doesn't mean that this whole line segments are equal. It means from the point of contact we are calculating the length of tangent. So we can say PA is equal to PB. So based on these two properties we are going to solve some questions today. So shall we start? Okay, so all of you can check the question. Already the questions are there with you. So I will read the question and then we can solve the question together. Okay, so you can check the first question. What is written? Prove that the tangents drawn at the ends of diameter of a circle are parallel. So first read the question carefully and draw the diagram. What is written? Tangents drawn at the ends of a diameter. So first we will draw a circle and a diameter we have to draw there. So O we have taken as the center. So one diameter I am drawing here. So suppose we are drawing the diameter here AB. We can mark the two diameters as AB. Then what is written? Prove that the tangents drawn at the ends of the diameter. So these are the two ends of the diameter. In these two ends we have to draw the tangent. So if a point is there on the circle, then we can draw only one tangent from that point. So how we will draw the tangent at the point A? So obviously tangent will come in this way only. Correct? So we can give some name to this tangent PQ. And the other one we can name it as RS. Other tangent at the other end of the diameter. So we wrote here RS there. Okay. So this is the diagram for this question. So again, first what you have to do, whenever we have to prove something, you have to write what is given, what you have to prove. If any construction is required, then construction, and after that proof. Okay, so here what is given in the question? Yes, first condition given, AB is the diameter. AB is the diameter. Then any other condition? Yes, these are the two tangents. So just write down there PQ and RS are tangents. Okay, then to prove, what we have to prove? We have to prove the tangents at the endpoints of the diameter of a circle are parallel. So we have to prove here PQ parallel to RS. PQ parallel to RS we have to prove there. Now we'll start the proof because construction I think not required there. Now we have to prove two lines are parallel to each other. How we are going to prove it? How we are proving that the two lines are parallel to each other? What are the conditions required for that? So for that, just we will revise the properties which we studied in 9th class about parallel lines. Okay. So if suppose the two lines are there in this way and it is intersected by a transversal, then what are the conditions there to prove these two lines are parallel? Okay. First one is corresponding angles should be equal. Corresponding angle means the angle in the same position. If you can check, here are the two parallel line. This is the angle at the top. If I will write here in this way, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Angle 1 is at the top right hand side. Angle 5 is at the top right hand side. So these two angles are called corresponding angles. Similarly, can you tell me the other pair of corresponding angles? Yes, angle 2 in the left top and angle 6. They are called corresponding angles. Or at the bottom, what are the angles we have? Bottom means bottom of this line there. Okay, downwards there. Angle 4 and angle 8, angle 3 and angle 7. So one condition is there. To prove the two lines are parallel, you can prove corresponding angles are equal. Or any other property is there to prove the lines are parallel? Yes. Alternate interior angles are equal. Alternate interior angles. So here you can check. These are the four interior angles we have there. So alternate interior angle means they should be on the alternate side. So if you will check here, angle 3 and angle 5, they are called alternate interior angles. Similarly, angle 4 is equal to angle 6. So you can prove this one also. Alternate interior angles are equal. Then one more is there. Interior angles on the same side of transversal should be supplementary. Supplementary means some of the interior angles on the same side of transversal should be 180 degrees. So if you will check here, the interior angles on the same side of transversal. This is the transversal there. So what are the interior angles on the same side of transversal? These two. Angle 4 and angle 5. So angle 4 plus angle 5 should be equal to 180 degree, or angle 3 plus angle 6 should be equal to 180 degree. So these are the properties which you can check whether the two lines are parallel or not. So any one you have to prove. You don't have to prove that all these angles are equal there. You have to check any one property. Okay, so now we'll check how to do this question. Okay, so now what is the property which we are knowing? Yes, we know only two properties. First is radius is perpendicular to the tangent and length of the tangent drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. But here from the external point two tangents are not there. So that property we can use. We cannot use there. So only one property which we can use, that is radius is perpendicular to the tangent. So here OB and OA, they are the radius. So obviously this will be perpendicular. And here also OA will be perpendicular to PQ. Now just to check there. These are the two lines and AB you consider as the transversal there. Then what will be the sum of angle A and angle B? Yes, correct. Angle A 90 degree, angle B 90 degree. So their sum will be equal to 180 degree. So either you can prove PQ and RS are parallel by the property interior angles on the same side of transversal is 180 degrees. So I am giving you so many options there how we can prove this one. Otherwise, if this angle is 90 degree, then what you can say about angle RBO? Angle RBO. Obviously, using the property of linear pair, angle RBO also will be equal to 90 degree. Now again, two lines intersected by the transversal. So what is the name of this pair? This pair. Yes, they are on the opposite side there. So they are called alternate interior angles. So you can prove this question by showing that alternate interior angles are equal. So any property you can use. So shall we use the property of interior angles on the same side of transversal? No problem there, na? Okay. So write down all of you now. OA is perpendicular to PQ and OB perpendicular to RS. Just write the reason there. Radius is perpendicular to the tangent. Radius is perpendicular to the tangent. So from there we got angle A is equal to 90 degree and angle B also equal to 90 degree. Now write down there angle, full name we are writing, angle QAB, angle QAB plus angle SBA, angle QAB plus angle SBA is equal to, what is the value of angle QAB? 90 degree plus angle SBA also is equal to 90 degree. So 90 plus 90 will be equal to 180 degree. So at present what we proved? Sum of interior angles on the same side of transversal is 180 degree. So what we can say? PQ is parallel to RS. So just you write down there, consecutive interior angles. That is the name for that. Interior angles on the same side of transversal. We are saying that as consecutive interior angles. Consecutive interior angles are supplementary. Supplementary means their sum will supplementary. Their sum is equal to 90 degree, 180 degree. Consecutive interior angles are supplementary. Therefore, PQ parallel to RS. Okay. So either you can use alternate interior angles or consecutive interior angles. It depends on you which property you want to use, you can use. So I think this question is clear to you. Okay, now we will move to the next question. So you can check the question, read the question there. It is written, prove that the perpendicular at the point of contact to the tangent to a circle passes through the center. Once again, prove that the perpendicular at the point of contact to the tangent to a circle. So first we have drawn a circle there and a tangent we have drawn. With the point of contact here we can mark as P there, AB is there. Now it is written, if we will draw a perpendicular to this tangent, it will pass through the center of the circle. So if we suppose here, if I am marking the center and if I will draw a perpendicular from this point there, then they are saying it passes through the center. In this way it will pass. Okay. So here what is the condition given? This line, suppose we can give some name there. QP is perpendicular to AB given. Okay. The perpendicular drawn to a tangent passes through the center. That we have to prove there. Okay. So write down there given. What is given in the question? Given QP is perpendicular to AB. QP perpendicular to AB. To prove now. What we have to prove? We have to prove QP passes through the center. How we will prove that QP passes through the center? So I think to prove QP passes through the center, it is easy to prove that OP is the radius. Correct? We will prove OP is the radius. Then automatically it will pass through the center only. So just write down there. We are going to prove here OP is the radius. What we have to prove? We have to prove OP is the radius. So for that what we will do? We will take the contradiction. What we will take? We will suppose that OP is not the radius. So just write down there. Suppose OP is not the radius. We have to prove OP is the radius. We are supposing that OP is not the radius. So if OP is not the radius, then any other radius should be there for a circle. Okay. So we are considering that as OS. Suppose I have taken OS as the radius. So just write down there. Suppose OS is the radius. We have assumed OS as the radius. We have to prove OP is the radius. So we are taking the contradiction of that. What we are taking? OP is not the radius. So if OP is not the radius means any other radius should be there for a circle. So that radius I have taken as OS. So we have taken OS is the radius. Now what is the property we are knowing related to radius? Yes, radius is perpendicular to the tangent. So if OS is the radius, then OS should be perpendicular to AB. So write down there, OS is perpendicular to AB. Clear? OS is perpendicular to AB. But what is given in the question? In the question it is given QP is perpendicular to AB. QP means OP also perpendicular to AB only. Correct? So we'll write down there, but it is given OP is perpendicular to AB. So if OP is perpendicular to AB and OS also perpendicular to AB, both are starting from the same point. Here if it is a line there, we are saying OP is also perpendicular to AB and OS is also perpendicular to AB. How this will be possible? So this will be possible if P and S coincide with each other. Correct? This will be possible if P and S coincide with each other. So just write down there. This is possible. This is possible if P and S coincide with each other. Coincide with each other. Therefore, what we have taken, our assumption is wrong. What we have taken, OP is not the radius. So we'll write down there. Therefore, OP is the radius, because we are saying the 2 points should be same only. Coincide means they are not two different points. They are the same point, and we have taken OS as the radius. So therefore, OP also will be the radius. So I hope this question is clear to you. Okay. Now we'll move to the next question. In the next question, it is written two concentric circles. What do you mean by concentric circles? Yes, two circles with the same center. So we can draw two concentric circles. So suppose first one here and then second one drawn in this way there. So we have drawn two concentric circles. One is of radius 7 cm and other one is of radius 4 cm. So smaller one is of radius 4 cm. Radius is 4 cm. And the bigger one is of radius 7 cm. It is written, find the chord of the larger circle. Find the length of the chord of the larger circle which touches the smaller circle. So you have to draw the chord for the larger circle in such a way that it should touch the smaller circle. So we can draw in this way. A chord which touches the smaller circle. So AB we have taken as a chord. Here center we can mark as O there. Now we have to find the length of this chord there. So radius of the smaller circle is given 4 cm and radius of the bigger circle is given 7 cm. So OB is the radius only for the bigger circle. So here we can mark 7 cm. OB is given there 7 cm, and since it is a tangent there, AP is a tangent. So we can use the property radius is perpendicular to the tangent. So what we got here, at present we have a right triangle there. Right triangle OPB. So write down there, in triangle OPB we are going to use which theorem? Pythagoras theorem. So what will come according to Pythagoras theorem? Hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is OB here. So we'll get here OB square is equal to OP square plus PB square. OB, that is 7. So we can write here 7 square is equal to OP is 4. So 4 square plus PB square. So either you can substitute the value, 7 square you can calculate and 4 square you can calculate and you can subtract. Otherwise you can use the identity. It can be written in this way, 7 square minus 4 square is equal to PB square. It is in the form of a square minus b square. So a plus b into a minus b we can write. So just to write down there, a plus b means that will be equal to 7 plus 4 into a minus b. 7 minus 4 is equal to pb square. 7 plus 4 is 11. 7 minus 4 is 3 is equal to pb square. So we are getting here pb square is equal to 33. Then pb will be equal to, yes, pb will be equal to square root of 33. But we don't want to pb. What we want? We want the length of this chord. So what is the relation in pb and ab? Yes, AB is double of PB. Why? Because of the property. Perpendicular from the center to a chord bisect the chord. That we studied in the previous year also, and the previous class also. I just gave you these properties there. Okay. So perpendicular to a chord bisect the chord there. So if PB is equal to root 33, then AB can be written as 2 root 33 centimeter. So I think this question is clear to you. Okay, now we'll move to the next question. Now in this question it is written, triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle in which AB is equal to AC circumscribed about a circle. So whenever you will do the questions, these two terms will come. One is circumscribed, other one is inscribed. In meaning what? In meaning inside there, and circumscribed meaning that is outside. Inscribed meaning inside, circumscribed meaning outside. So what is written here? Triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle in which AB is equal to AC circumscribed about a circle. So triangle ABC is outside the circle. Now what is written? Prove that the base is bisected by the point of contact. So triangle we have to draw outside the circle, not anywhere. We will draw the triangle in such a way that it should touch all the points of the circle. In this way it will come. So first we will draw a circle, and we have to draw the sides in such a way that each side should be a tangent to the circle. So triangle ABC isosceles. So each side should be a tangent to the circle. That is the meaning of circumscribed here in this way. Outside the circle, but it should touch each point of the circle. Any one point of contact there. It should work as a tangent to the circle here, each side. Okay. So we can mark here A, B, C. Now what is given in the question? AB is equal to AC is given. We have to prove the base is bisected. Base means BC is bisected at the point of contact. So here you can check. This is the point of contact which we have there. So suppose I am marking this as P there. So here what we have to prove? We have to prove BP is equal to PC. Clear? So just write down there, given. What is the condition given in the question? It is given AB is equal to AC. We have to prove. Just write down there. To prove. What we have to prove? We have to prove BP is equal to PC. Okay. Now we'll start the proof there. So just remember the property and the condition given. So you can check here. So many points are there which are outside the circle there. Okay. So here P already marked there. Q and R I am marking there. So what is the condition given here in the question? In the question, the condition given AB is equal to AC. And we have to prove BP is equal to PC. So you just first, length of the tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. That property we are knowing. So if you don't know how to prove this question, at least you write down what are the length, tangents which are equal in length. So for that what you have to do, normally children what mistake they will do, by seeing the diagram they will write in this way, AQ is equal to QC. That is not correct. length of the tangent drawn from an external point to a circle. Okay, so if you will check here, if A is the point outside the circle, from the point A, what are the two tangents drawn there? This is the tangent there. So length of the tangent we are taking till the point of contact. So we will get AR is equal to AQ. So first point we got AR is equal to AQ. Correct? Similarly, this is C is also outside the circle. So from the point C, two tangents drawn, that is CP and CQ. So write down there CP is equal to CQ. The next one. From here, what we will get? BP is equal to BR. So just to write down there, BP is equal to BR. Together you can write down the reason there. Length of the tangents are equal. So if you will write till here, so at least you will get some mark. If you don't know the full proof, then also to write this one you will get some mark there. Now we'll check what we have to prove there. We have to prove BP is equal to BC. Now easy way to prove this one. AB is equal to AC already given. So we will take this AB as X. Okay, AB I have taken as X. Then AC also will be equal to X only because they are equal in length there. So just write down there AB is equal to AC, that we have taken as X. AB is equal to AC taken as X there. Now, just now you wrote there AR is equal to AQ. AR is equal to AQ. So AR and AQ are equal in length. So that equal length I am taking as Y. Okay. So AR taken as Y and AQ also taken as Y. Now from here we will check what will be the value of BR. Just to check, we have taken AB as X and AR as Y. So can you tell me what will be the value of BR? What will come? BR is equal to? Yes, correct. BR will be equal to X minus Y. BR is equal to X minus Y. The same way, what will be CQ? CQ also will be equal to X minus Y. So just now we got BR and CQ are equal. But we don't want BR and CQ. What we want? We want BP and PC. So how we will write that one? Yes, for that, check the condition there. BP is equal to BR. So if we wrote BR is equal to X minus Y, we can write BP also is equal to X minus Y. And if CQ is equal to X minus Y, then CP also will be equal to X minus Y. So we got both are equal in length. Therefore, BP is equal to CP. So I hope the question is clear to you. We haven't done anything there. We just used the property of the tangent and the condition which is given in the question. So I think this question is clear to you. Okay. Now we'll move to the next question. The next question, it is written. A circle is touching the side BC of a triangle ABC at P. Okay, so first one is a circle is touching the side BC. So suppose here we can draw the touching the side BC at the point P there, at the point P, and touching AB and AC produced at Q and R. Touching AB and AC produced at Q and R. Touching AB and AC produced at Q and R. So whether the diagram is correct? Touching AB and AC produced at Q and R. So how we will draw the diagram where the triangle will come there? Touching AB and AC produced at Q and R. Means when you will draw AB and AC, at present it will not touch the circle there. So when you will extend, then it will touch the circle at P and R there. So how the diagram will come? Yes. So for that what we will do, we'll just smaller this one. So triangle we can mark in this way. First triangle here, in this way it will come. Touching AB extended here, and AC we can mark here. First we can draw in this way. Okay. Now here we'll mark the point A. So AB, it is written touching AB and AC produced at Q and R. So when AB is produced, it is touching the circle at Q, and when AC is produced, it is touching the circle at R. So this is the diagram for this question there. So here we can mark the point B and C. So I think diagram is clear to you. Okay. If you want to, you can change the here. You can draw in this way also. If in this way it is difficult for you. No problem. Okay. Now we have to prove here AQ is half the perimeter of triangle ABC. So first what we can write here, any other condition is given? Nothing is given. So we can just write down the tangents which are given. What are the tangents we have here? AQ and AR. Then BC also tangent only. So we can write down that one. Given AQ, AR and BC are the tangents to the circle. Are the tangents to the circle. Then to prove. What we have to prove here? We have to prove AQ is equal to half perimeter of triangle ABC. What do you mean by perimeter of any triangle? Perimeter means sum of all the sides. So we have to prove AQ is equal to half of AB plus BC plus AC. This we have to prove there. AQ is equal to half of AB plus BC plus AC. Now we'll start the proof. So again, first using the property length of the tangents are equal. What are the equal sides we will get? That we are going to write there. So first already you are knowing external point is A. So from here we have two tangents, that is AQ and AR. So mark there. AQ is equal to AR. Then what is the other point? External point. The point which is outside the circle. One point is B. So from the point B, what are the two tangents drawn? One is BC and the other one is BQ. So we can write down there BP. BP is equal to BQ. BP is equal to BQ. And the other point is C. So CP is equal to CR. CP is equal to CR. Again write down the reason there. Length of the tangents are equal. So that is the thing we got there. Okay. AQ is equal to AR. BP is equal to BQ. CP is equal to CR. So it is better to mark the equal sides. Correct? That will be easy for us to prove also. So what we have taken, AQ is equal to AR we have taken. So shall we write X and Y, or in this way only we can proceed? No problem? Okay. So I will rub that one and then we can do, because I need some space here to write. Now we'll start with what we have to prove there. So we are proving something related to perimeter. Correct? AB plus BC plus AC. But in the left hand side we want AQ only. No other sides. All these should be converted to AQ. Now we'll check how we can convert this to AQ. AB. How we can rewrite AB? AB can be written as AQ minus BQ. Correct? So I am going to write in place of AB, AQ minus BQ. Okay, first one. AB is written in terms of AQ minus BQ. Now, BC, how we can rewrite? BC can be written as BP plus PC. No other option there. So, BC can be written as BP plus PC. Now next one, AC, how we can rewrite? AC can be written as AR minus CR. So AC can be written as AR minus CR. At present, from the diagram, what are the information we can write that we wrote there? Now we'll use the property which we wrote here. Length of the tangents are equal. And since in the proof we need the side AQ, so AQ you don't have to change there. AQ we will write down as it is there, minus BQ also written as it is. Any one we will change there, huh? BP is equal to BQ. So in place of BP again BQ only we can write, plus PC written as PC only. AR, how we can rewrite? AR can be written as AQ. CR, how we can rewrite? CR can be written as CP. Written? We haven't done anything. First we wrote according to the diagram and then we used the property of tangent in one side only, not on both the sides. Now just to check what are the things will get cancelled there. Minus BQ plus BQ will get cancelled. Plus PC minus PC also will get cancelled. So what is remaining there? 2AQ. 2AQ is remaining there. So what we got here? AB plus BC plus AC is equal to 2 times AQ, or 2 we can shift to left hand side. Then we will get half of AB plus BC plus AC is equal to AQ. So I think this question is clear to you. Now if you don't want to prove in this way, as we did in the previous question, in that way also you can prove there. In the what we have to prove here, we have to prove AQ is equal to half of AB plus BC plus AC, correct? And the property which we wrote there, that was AQ is equal to AR, then BP is equal to BQ, CP is equal to CR. These are the properties which we wrote there. Now from here, from using this property and from the diagram, we can check how we can rewrite that one. Okay. So suppose AQ I have taken as X. AQ I am taking as X. So if AQ is equal to X, then what will be AR? AR also will be equal to X only, correct? Now here BQ and BP are another side, another 2 tangents there. So BQ I am taking as Y there. Then what will come BP? Yes, BP also will be equal to Y only. Now here CR taking as Z there. Then CP also will be equal to Z only. Till here it is clear? Okay. Now from the diagram only you just check what will be the side AB. Side AB. Total AQ is equal to X and BQ we have taken as Y. So side AB will be equal to X minus Y, correct? Now here what will come? Side AC. Side AC will be equal to X minus Z. So we wrote everything in the diagram. Now we'll find out the sum of all these sides there. AB plus BC plus AC. What is AB? In the diagram we wrote here AB is equal to X minus Y. How we can rewrite BC? BC can be written as Y plus Z. So BC written as Y plus Z. And AC, how we can rewrite? AC already wrote there, that is X minus Z. So written here X minus Z. So just to check the things which will get cancelled. Minus Y plus Y cancelled, minus Z plus Z cancelled. So what we are getting here? AB plus BC plus AC is equal to 2X. 2 we can shift here. Then we will get half into AB plus BC plus AC is equal to X. And what we have taken X? X is equal to AQ. AQ I am taking because in the proof we need AQ. It will depend on what we want in the proof there. So in place of X you can substitute AQ. So either you can use the first method or this method. Which one is easy for you, that you can use. Okay. All of you, you can check in the next question. Diagram is already there. Now we'll check what we have to prove there. You just write down what is given and to prove there. I will start with the proof. Okay, so what is given here? given XP, XQ and AB are the tangents, and to prove, that is already given in the question, what you have to prove. We have to prove here XA plus XR is equal XA plus AR. XA plus AR is equal to XB plus BR we need there. Okay. So we'll start with the proof now. So first only we will write down length of the tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. So based on that theorem, what are the equal sides are there, that we will write down. What are the equal sides we have here? Yes, XP is equal to XQ. Then AP is equal to AR. Then one more, BQ is equal to BR. These are the things we know there. Now we'll start with the left hand side, which we have to prove there. So write down there. Left hand side we have XA plus AR. Now we will arrange in this way that we should get the right hand side. So in the right hand side, what we need there? We need XB plus BR. So first XA, how we can rewrite XA? XA can be written as XP minus AP. Correct? XA can be written as XP minus AP. Written. Now AR, how we can rewrite? We wrote here. AR is equal to what? AP. So AR can be written as AP only. So these two will get cancelled. Remaining what we are getting here? XP we are XA plus AR. So we are getting here XP. But XP we don't want. In the proof, what we need there? We need XB plus BR. So what is the next property which we can use? XP is equal to XQ. So in place of XP, what we can write here? XQ. Next property used there. First we used this property and then we used this one there. Now how we can rewrite XQ? XQ can be written as XB plus BQ. So we wrote in that way, XB plus BQ. Now check in the question what we want there in the right hand side. XP we want there. But BQ we don't want. In place of BQ, what we want? BR. So can we write BQ is equal to BR? Yes, because we wrote here BQ is equal to BR. So in place of BQ, we'll write down there BR. So you have to use the property according to what you need in the proof. So our proof is over. So I think this question is clear. Okay. Now check the next question. Next question it is written. Question number 7 is, if a hexagon A, B, C, D, E, F circumscribes a circle. Hexagon circumscribes a circle means hexagon is outside the circle. So it is better, first we can draw the hexagon. Okay. Then inside we will draw the circle in such a way that each side of the hexagon should work as a tangent to the circle. Okay, so I am drawing in this way. Each side should work as a tangent to the circle. So you draw properly there. Okay, here we have O there. We can mark the hexagon A, B, C, D, E, F, and then this point of contact are there. P, Q, R, S, T, U. Point of contacts also marked there. And now what we have to prove here, just write down there. We have to prove here AB plus CD plus EF is equal to BC plus DE plus FA. This we have to prove there. Okay. So again, first what we will do, we'll write down all the tangents which are equal in length there. So we'll start with A. What are the two tangents which will come equal in length? AP is equal to AQ. So first it will come AP is equal to AU. Then BP is equal to BQ. BP is equal to BQ. Then what will come? CQ is equal to CR. CQ is equal to CR. Then DS is equal to DR. DS is equal to DR. Then next one, ES is equal to ET. ES is equal to ET. Then FT is equal to FU. FT is equal to FU. Just together you write down the reason. Length of the tangents are equal. Now the proof. Left hand side we will take. What we have to prove there? In the left hand side we have AB plus CD plus EF. So this one we have to convert as BC, DE and FA. Now we'll start there. How we can rewrite AB? AB can be written as AP plus PB. So written here AP plus PB. CD, how we can rewrite? CD can be written as CR plus DR. EF can be written as ET plus TF. ET plus TF. ET plus TF there. Now we'll use the property. AP is equal to what? AU. So in place of AP, I have written here AU. PB is equal to BQ. CR is equal to CQ. In place of CR, writing CQ. DR is equal to DS. ET is equal to ES. And FT is equal to FU. Written. Used the property of tangent there. Now just to check there. In the right hand side, we want the side BC. So BC will come when you have the sides BQ and QC. So just to check whether you have the sides BQ and QC. Yes, here. We have the side BQ and CQ. So together we can write that as BC. So first side we got there. Now next we want DE. Where DE is there? DE will come when DS and ES is there. Whether we have? Yes, here we have. DS plus ES. In place of that, what we can write here? DE. Then next one, AU plus FU. AU plus FU, that is equal to AF. So we got the right hand side. So our proof is over. Just to check, we are using that property only. Length of the tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal in length. Okay. Now we'll do the next question. Next question, it is written. Prove that the parallelogram circumscribing a circle is a rhombus. Parallelogram circumscribing a circle. So parallelogram is outside the circle there. So parallelogram circumscribing a circle. So we can draw the parallelogram in such a way that each side should be a tangent to the circle. Okay. So just to draw the diagram accordingly here. Okay. So in this way our diagram we got here. So we can mark the points A, B, C, D, center O, P, Q, R, S. So what is given here? Given ABCD is a parallelogram. And what we have to prove? We have to prove it is a rhombus. So for that, what we will prove there? How to prove a parallelogram is a rhombus? What is the difference in their properties? Yes, anyone is enough there. We will prove all sides are equal. At present, what we know? We know that opposite sides are equal. But we have to prove now adjacent sides are also equal. So we will take the pair of the opposite sides which we have. That is AB and CD and AD and BC. So we'll check the proof there. So first, before doing that, again using the property length of the tangents, what are the things will come? AR is equal to AS. AR is equal to AS. Then BR is equal to BQ. CQ is equal to CP. And DP is equal to DS. That we know there. Now we'll write down now AB plus CD, because these are the two equal sides in a parallelogram there. So we have taken the pair of opposite sides only. AB plus CD. AB, how we can rewrite? AB can be written as AR plus BR. CD, how we can rewrite? CD can be written as CP plus DP. So first, based on the diagram we wrote there. Now we'll use the property. AR can be written as AS. Correct? BR can be written as BQ. CP can be written as CQ. DP can be written as DS. Now just to check in the diagram there. AS plus DS, that is the side AD. AS plus DS is equal to the side AD. And BQ and CQ. BQ plus CQ together is the side BC. So at present we are getting AB plus CD is equal to AD plus BC. Now what is the relation in AB and CD? AB and CD, they are equal in length. So CD also I can replace by AB only because it is a parallelogram. So I am writing it as AB only. Is equal to AD plus. So shall I write BC also as AD only because opposite sides are equal. So I wrote here AD. AB plus AB is 2AB is equal to 2AD. So 2 and 2 will get cancelled. What we will get here? AB is equal to AD. AB is equal to AD means what? We got adjacent sides are equal. Correct? We know AB is equal to CD. Just now we proved AB is equal to AD. And AD is equal to which side? AD is equal to BC. So what we proved by proving this one? We proved all sides are equal. So if all sides are equal means it is a rhombus. So therefore ABCD is a rhombus. So I hope this question is clear to you. So I hope today's concept and the question based on that concepts are clear to you. So all of you, just to check, your homework is exercise 10.2. Exercise 10.2, question number 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Exercise 10.2, question number 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. These questions are based on this concept only. So you can do the question and in case of any doubt you can ask. Thank you.